And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the next match of the Zelda 1 Randomizer 2023 Random Percent Tournament. We have a Game 2 between MagicFriends and Czardia. I am Elso, and I am joined here in the commentary booth by BBQ.gov.
Good evening, Elso. How you doing tonight?
I am ready to watch an elimination match. MagicFriends took Game 1, and Czardia's remorse flag was to change it to +/- 4 HP on most enemies.
That's a spicy flag to pick. It'll be very interesting to see how this shakes out. That, as we were talking about a bit in the pregame, that's something that can make combat a lot more difficult, or it can make combat a lot easier. Tough to say. Could be a mixed bag of many different things. I don't know if that means Czardia has chosen violence, but he's chosen variability. So there's that.
14 HP Blue Wish website.
Oh boy, yeah, that's not a fight that I relish, but maybe Czardia does. Maybe he's hoping to make this a bit of a slog and see how it all shakes out. Yeah, as you said, MagicFriends won Game 1, and this is a best 2 out of 3. I believe the winner of this best 2 out of 3 goes on to face the winner of Adirondack Rick and Nintendo File Dave, I think.
I will go verify that real quick.
So if I'm right about that, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes. Rick won the first matchup in the best of 3 there. We're starting right by Vanilla Start.
And by the way, you are correct. The winner of this match will go on to face the winner of Adirondack Rick and Nintendo File Dave. Continue.
Okay, well, we have blank hints in the caves, so that's not going to be very helpful. We start with the letter, which is useless, and our wood sword is not in our wood sword cave, so chaos already.
Well, I mean, if they have second quest enemies, the letter becomes really useful because you can buy potions, secure the red bubble curse so that you can use your sword to kill Ganon.
Yeah, that is all very true. I am waiting for the day when Rick is able to code the randomizer so that you can use the letter like a newspaper, like a rolled up newspaper, to stun enemies. That would be great. That's a cheap candle right there.
And that tells us that we're not going to have vanilla secrets. We start with the Triforces out of levels 1 and 6, regardless of what dungeon order we have, because 1 and 6 never change.
Well, so much for the guessing game we were going to have to play. There's a sword, not too far from their start screen.
Well, that's kind of convenient. We'll have to see if we have drop shuffle or not.
Can't quite tell yet, as no one's been able to do anything to anybody, although that changes right about now. Looks like both our runners are going to prioritize. Well, Czardia is going to get a health refill. Well, those red Octoroks rolled up, so we know that.
Yup. And we find money, to the tune of 8 rupees.
Okay, so now are the shop price flag and the secret and door repair flags, those are separate flags, is that right?
No, those are actually tied to each other.
Oh, they're tied to each other. Okay, so if we have one, we have to have the other. Oh, MagicFriends down to half heart. He's got to be careful. Oh, no!
And that's why that screen is called Death Armos.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Thankfully, he doesn't have far to traverse to get back to that screen, but still annoying. Still a bit of a time loss. Not anything that's going to be mission critical at this stage, but still annoying.
You have to traverse more than 2 meters.
You do. That is... Is Hyrule on the metric system?
I would have to assume so, because it seems just about everybody is.
That's true. That would make Hyrule more advanced than the US. Anyway, sorry. So I'm going off on a tangent.
Hold on. The country you're about to mention does have fighter jets. Yeah. I don't know how many of those Hyrule has.
None that I've seen. Okay, so we have a brown 1Q level 3. So we at least have either a full first quest or maybe does that mean we can't have a mixed quest overworld? I can never keep this overworld flag straight.
So the brown entrance to level 3 means we either have pure first or mixed quest with first world money. If level 2 vanilla is a level, then we will be pure first quest. And or if we just find a second quest spot that doesn't open, or if this doesn't open.
Okay, well that opened.
Either this seed is cursed. See, there you go, there's the curse.
Well, we got below average mid secret and we got below average large secret, so that's great. And we have a level down in the southwest corner. That's level 3.
This is 2Q3.
Ew. Okay. Well,
I'm making that claim right now.
I mean, that's about. It's either that or a weird shape. No, this is 2Q3. It has to be.
Yeah. So 2Q front half means that they're going to have to dig 2Q4. Everyone's favorite level.
I don't hate it as much as I hate 2Q8.
2Q8 is not a good level.
Yeah, it feels like intention. Oh, hi, Triforce on the ground. That's nice. Yeah, 2Q8 feels like intentionally mean to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just sensitive to it.
Oh, it is. It has 5 sets of transport stairs, 2 one-way stairs, and 2 items. It has more stairs than 1Q9 and less rooms. And oh, by the way, your key blocked out of level 3 is items.
Well, so much for that. I guess you get the Triforce and run, and hope that if you find the flute, that it flutes you to, it flutes you to new beaten dungeons, so that if you need to get back here and get items, it's not too big a hike.
Or you just hope for vanilla items, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that would be nice too.
We'll get our first indication of that right here. Oh, look. That's not where the item is. Oh, look, that's a blue boomerang. Well, guess what?
Okay.
It's not... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, he's not going to pick it up.
And it's not vanilla items, which means we might actually have to go back to 3.
Okay. Well, there are worse places to be than 3, like 2Q8, for example, but I digress.
Instructions unclear. Went to 2Q7.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can at least tolerate 2Q7 a little bit. Tolerate.
Until it has 11 patches.
Only 11?
Only 11.
Okay.
MagicFriends trying to be careful here, getting to Vanilla 1. Gets to Vanilla 1. Survives the Octorok. What is inside? It is, in fact, money! 110 rupees.
Okay, so that's slightly offsets the one above minimum medium secret of 26. So, oh, well, he takes a death right there. But that's not that big a deal because you start at this screen right here where Czardia is.
I'm expecting candle purchases from both runners in the immediate future.
And by immediate future, you mean like in the next 15 seconds? Because, yeah, I think you're right.
That technically counts as the immediate future.
It
Also,
does.
I could see a bait purchase from Czardia here. Or not.
I could see one for MagicFriends. I mean, under the theory that you have the money, you can either spend it on this or you can have it get eaten up by door repair charges.
Which I completely forgot to pay attention to Czardia's money and realized that Czardia doesn't have the money to buy the bait right now.
Well, it won't take him long to get it. Well, now he does.
There you go. It didn't take him long to get it.
Hey, and that means we have first quest money because that's the second large secret we've seen.
Yes. Now, we could still be pure First Quest Overworld. So far, I haven't seen any indication that we're mixed.
Those are not great potion prices. Also, we saw hints on MagicFriends' side that are going to be completely useless unless the book enables us to understand these blank hints, which I don't think it can it?
Nope. It would just replace the blank hint with a blank hint.
Ah, okay. Well, there's the other hint shop there on Candle Row, so 2 screens worth absolutely nothing.
This is starting to look a little bit more and more like it's going to be a First Quest Overworld. I would be very tempted to buy a key.
Yeah, I would too. If for no other reason than A, you have money, and B, you know it's first quest or second quest first half, and levels 2 and 4 in particular tend to be really key stingy. So in second quest, so you're probably gonna need them at some point.
Speaking of levels 2 and 4 being stingy, here's a level that's neither of those. It's level 5.
Ah, yes, the proverbial Z in Zelda, or number 2 if you're math friendly.
I just like that the first 5 levels, they're supposed to spell Zelda, but they actually spell Eals.
E-A-L. Yeah, they do. I don't know. I don't know if that was like a brand name for some Zelda adjacent product they were going to launch or something. Maybe. I don't know.
We've got to go rescue Eals, folks.
It's Zelda's alter ego, like Dark Link in Zelda 2.
Oh, hey, we have 0 HP bosses.
That's not bad. And oh, there's a heart container on the floor guarded by a moat and a Goma, neither of which we can get past. Okay, so we've got plus or minus 4 HP as the remorse flag. So that means we have the possibility of 12 HP blue dark nuts like this guy floating around the door where MagicFriends is right now. He's going to exit and probably try to reset that room.
Yeah. Well, we get bombs off again, though, so that's nice.
Okay, so no evidence the drop groups have shuffled yet. That's still possible. Hey, more bombs. Oh, those are very squishy red dark nuts. Yeah, if I'm MagicFriends, I'm exiting and re-entering and seeing how many times I can respawn them red guys.
Yeah. Oh, that's a potential Goma blocked item.
Does that mean we have extra? We've seen 2 Aquamenti, or 2 Goma and an Aquament-us. So, extra bosses? Question mark?
Not yet. There is normally a Goma, a Gleeok, and a Manhandle in level 5. We're actually at the vanilla amount of bosses right now. If we see more bosses, then we know we have, Ujima, what's it?
Yeah, what you said. Exactly. Okay, so MagicFriends has seen enough of 5. Czardia sees the double block up there with the Goma and the moat, so can't go that way.
I kind of like this play. Oh, hey, there's a power bracelet. You can't pick it up on 3 hearts, though.
And that could be hiding... oh, he's going to go back into level 5 now. Okay. It could be hiding our vanilla take any's. That is a flag that can roll on or off. Or it could be just hiding for regular caves, and we have to find our take any's the usual rando way.
So based on this way that level 5 is presenting itself, there will be one walkthrough wall that is against a vertical wall. It could very well be in this bottom portion, but it doesn't have to be, because you may be able to go south of this room here that MagicFriends is clearing, which, guess what? You can go through the wall, and hey, look! Potentially an item for MagicFriends. Sorry, Czardia is clearing the
Hey, we have a stair on MagicFriends' side. This is an item. Those are silver arrows.
I don't expect Czardia is going to miss those, as long as Czardia remembers that 5 has walkthrough walls, but Czardia may also end up picking up the Triforce out of here, and Czardia does currently have the Triforce lead.
Interesting. Czardia is being very... I lost count of how many HP this blue dark nut was, but I think it's more than 8. Oh, maybe not.
Ooh, we're going to get a compass back up. Okay, it is on Czardia's path. This is important. And the 0 HP Gleeok is really good here, too.
With beam swords, yeah, this is just dodge patiently, and yeah, you can cash this in right now.
I think they're going to wait to pick up the Triforce, see if they can get their item up here. This wall might open, but they also might get a key.
Yeah, the key would almost be more valuable in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't see Czardia abandoning the item here. That room is never going to respawn with that had the Gleeok in it once it's dead. So, not going to have to worry about that. It's just a matter of getting to that room.
Czardia probably will pick up the Triforce after clearing this out, assuming they don't die, just because it's so much of a pain to get back to that room. It's not actually worth it. To wait. They're gonna pick this up and then probably look for a walkthrough wall. I would not be too terribly surprised if they left and waited until they had a bow because they saw that Goma block, but who knows?
Yeah, it's early. Excuse me, it's early enough that certainly worth coming back at some point. You've seen a good chunk of 5 already.
And I think, honestly, leaving because you think you're Goma blocked here is not a terrible play, because you don't know that there's a walkthrough wall there. So, for all you know, you are legitimately Goma blocked, so I think it's fine to come back with a bow. We know those silvers aren't going to block it, so they're going to be able to get back here. This is not a bad play to make with the information that Czardia has.
Yeah, and on top of everything else, you're, what, 3 screens away from your start screen, so it's not going to be a difficult chore to get back here. Just going to be more remembering that you need to do it.
Right. And if your options are dig 5 versus dig 9, you'll probably dig 5 before you go to 9, because the opportunity cost is so much lower. Now, Czardia does have a key to go back into level 3 with, but Czardia doesn't really need to go back to 3 at this point, in so much as they have other levels they need to find. 4 still on the table, 2 still on the table, and they don't have bait. So there's not really a major pressing need to go back to 3 right now.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I prioritize overworld exploration at this point. I want to find 2. I want to find 4. I want the item-rich dungeons. I don't want to see a 2Q8. We haven't seen 7 or 8 yet, or 9, so we don't know whether those are first quest, second quest, or shapes.
Correct. Both runners now have a decent amount of money, might be considering key purchases. Looks like MagicFriends is going on the assumption that it's a pure first quest overworld, which isn't a terrible assumption to make at this point, given what we've seen. Czardia will be capped on money here.
Yeah, so if Czardia isn't buying keys or something else at this point, yeah, he really needs to. Just if for no other reason than, you don't want to pick that up. But you've got the money, you might as well use it for something. Even a blue ring at this point, would be defensible, I think.
Given that it's plus minus 4 HP, a blue ring is really not a bad purchase. Especially when you consider that both the Little Digdoggers and the Patrites are considered regular enemies and will not be 0 HP.
Yeah, having the bosses 0 HP is nice, but plus minus 4 everybody else, that's not fun. Well, there's another first quest spot that opens on MagicFriends' side, and we find our fun cheap shop.
Both runners are kind of making their way towards that vanilla level 2, so we'll know for certain probably in a couple of minutes. As MagicFriends does find level 4, we'll see if they elect to go ahead and dig it right now. I kind of think you would want to.
Yeah, I think you at least want to stick your head in. Well, there's another Goma. Hi, Goma. To see what you're up against. If you encounter a quick thing like a Goma block or a ladder block, then at least it's there. It's not too far. Hi, Mags, in the forest.
That could be very useful. Now, this could be the first item in level 4. There is one transport set. It's going to be the first item. It's the Yeti key. Hello.
Well, okay, I guess we don't have to buy keys after all, so...
That's an incredibly important item to find, because, like you said, you don't have to buy keys, but also, you're very early into a seed where you have 2Q front half, and you have any key to work with. That opens so many doors, both literally and figuratively.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, and MagicFriends is doing exactly what I'd be doing. I'd start pushing on walls. I want to see if there's any place I can go other than these 2 Goma rooms.
We're still not confirmed extra bosses yet. Level 4 Vanilla has 2 Digdoggers, an Aquamentus. So I think it also has 3 bosses.
Yeah, I think it's got a triple Dodongo too, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Does that count as a boss?
I don't actually remember offhand if it does or not. But in any case, the main point is we're not guaranteed extra bosses yet.
All right, Czardia is going to get his NE key. Going to be very happy about that development. MagicFriends has found his first walkthrough wall. I almost said push-through wall. Walkthrough wall in this level 4. There are several in this level 4.
So right now, I'd really say the runners are very even with each other. You could argue that Czardia does have the slight advantage from having picked up the Triforce out of 5, which is a little bit of a pain to get to. That is offset by the whole decision to go gamble on 9, which Czardia could choose to do. However, Czardia also has that extra heart, which lets them pick up the power bracelet, which, if it's not vanilla any roads, which honestly is pretty unlikely at this point, that will get them 4 additional checks. Fires do data bombs.
That's good. Also of note, MagicFriends went for zombie link strats with that Mugger room, which I am always a big fan of.
Yeah, there's really no reason not to do it if you have a situation where you find a Mugger room on 3 hearts.
Yeah, even if you don't want to go through that room, I think you just do it because it's just one less obstacle you have to deal with. There's a turnstile room for MagicFriends. I might consider clear. Well, that 4 Gliok, I don't think that room can drop anything, can it?
Well, there's that, and there's also MagicFriends is on 1 heart. MagicFriends probably doesn't want to fight a Gliok on 1 heart if they don't have to.
Yeah, That's true. You're right. That bomb upgrade's not bad. 120 bucks for +5. I take that.
Yeah. It's a slightly better price per bomb on the bomb upgrade than vanilla. Vanilla, normally you're paying 25 rupees per extra bomb. There, you're paying 20? So you get about a 5 rupee discount per bomb. That's why if you get 5 bombs out of it, 9 times out of 10 it's worth it. And if you get 6 bombs out of it, it's always worth it from a sheer monetary standpoint.
Oh, well. Oh, that was a stare there on MagicFriends' side, but he had to try to outrun the Blue Danger Noodles, and, you know, that's tough to do.
Oh, especially when you have only 1 heart. Yeah. MagicFriends looks like they're going to leave level 4 for now. This is an interesting, but overall not terrible choice. MagicFriends did get 1 item out of it, so it's only a 1 dungeon now. Czardia will... Yeah, I think that's the correct play to make. Is Czardia gonna go ahead and save, also leaving level 4 with 1 item.
I like the saving of the 13 bombs. I get that. But yeah, I would have been stubborn, but I'm stubborn. I probably would have been stubborn and tried to dig the other 1 or maybe 2 items out of 4, but I can get the argument for leaving. That stair in that room you died in, I mean, there's only, I think, 1 set of transport stairs in 2Q4, so it's 2 out of 3 shot that stair was your transport.
The wooden boomerang on the coast, and no 4-heart power bracelet. Czardia not quite interested in level 5. Again, from their perspective, it's bow and ladder blocked, which makes sense. You saw Goma with a shutter door. You don't know if your walk-through walls are going to be on the bottom or not. MagicFriends picks up a heart, I think. But I think if you're Czardia, you're not going back to 5 until you find bow and ladder.
Yeah, there's still you still haven't seen 1, 2, 7, or 8, all of what you need. We've seen 9 now, and that's over by our triple Armos checks on the east side of the map.
And based on that start location, it is absolutely not going to be second quest. Could be first quest or shapes, but no second.
Okay, well that for all those like me who hate 2Q back half, that's good news.
Yeah.
Sad part is I actually like 2Q9. Because it's just a lot of turnstile rooms, but it's only 3 sets of stairs. That's not bad.
So whether or not it's 1Q or shapes is going to really decide whether the runners want to dig 7 or 8 of the 2. And we do have a pure first quest overworld.
Okay, so that means that our power bracelet is only going to block 4 spots, our whistle's only going to block 1 spot, and our raft is going to block the standard 2 spots.
And realistically speaking, we probably have vanilla any roads.
Yeah, at this point, I'm willing to assume that until we're proven wrong.
So I'm not chomping at the bit to go back and get that power bracelet.
No, it might make things. There's an arrow and a blue ring shop. That's good to know. MagicFriends doesn't need the arrows, but the blue ring is maybe tempting if you find that 3rd large secret.
And Czardia may also be tempted to pick up arrows, because again, with the Goma in 5, it's reasonable to assume you need arrows for that. Both runners on the 5 hearts now. Both runners also in the general same area.
Yeah, they both have seemed to attack this seed fairly similarly, made some different decisions on the margins, but in terms of routing, they've been very similar so far. Here's a level on Czardia's side. That's 7. We need 7, and that kind of looks like where you would enter in the tip of the nose in 1Q7.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. This looks like a 1Q7. This feels like a 1Q7. Let me rephrase it. It feels like a 1Q7.
Okay, there's the bait block of uselessness.
Yay! We still might need it for 3. Oh, hi. That could be really good. If it tells them, no, leave 7. Don't dig this. But I'm gonna try the wall to the south there, or not. Okay.
Yeah.
You might not realize it's a 1Q7 yet.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, or just is team never 7 and just like, okay, I have an excuse not to dig 7. I think I'm going to take that excuse.
And Czardia is at full health here, so preserving health is a valid argument for walking out of the dungeon versus up A.
Yeah, MagicFriends think Czardia pirouetted when he entered 7, and he must have forgotten that he had any key, and he didn't need to do that. MagicFriends thought about pirouetting for a second and then changed his mind. Like, oh, wait, there's an A.
Muscle memory is one of the strongest drugs on the planet.
It really is. Okay, we are hard ladder blocked out of 7.
Good. We can continue never 7ing.
Hey, I am team never 7. Czardia's gonna buy a potion here. I don't mind that. I mean, we haven't seen second quest enemies yet, but again, if you got the money, what else are you gonna use it on? I suppose he doesn't have silver arrows yet, so you can make the case, oh, you should buy arrows, but we know that's not gonna be necessary.
They both have seen red bubbles. That's reason enough.
Oh, that's right.
There's the arrow shop for Czardia. Level 9 found. Czardia probably taking a note of what quest it appears to be.
Yep, and he's going to do the screen scroll here on MagicFriends' side to get over to 1Q5, which, because it's full first quest overworld, we know that's not going to be a fairy fountain. And is that the third of our take any's already?
Yes. And that's the only place I've gotten hearts is take any's. So why do you think someone goes back to 3?
If it was easier to get to, I would say relatively soon. But it's just in such an annoying spot down there, in a spot that you can basically forget about entirely until you absolutely have to. I think there will be a point. Here's a level at the top of the waterfall. That's level 8. That is definitely diggable.
This is a good level. 1Q8 is a good level. Dan, I wish you had the bow.
Well, I mean, a bow blocked by Pulse Voices would be sufficiently trolly, I think.
And fun fact, because of the full dungeon shuffle, second quest rooms can roll into these first quest dungeons.
That's right. I've just been assuming with these flags that I'm going to see second quest rooms until I basically don't. That's just easier on my brain, I think.
That's generally a safe assumption to make, that second quest rooms are on. And good management there by MagicFriends to go ahead and use a bomb to get the maximum possible out of that refill. PBQ, do you think we're ever going to clear that Blue Darknet room?
Not unless required by law. Here's a map. Okay, we're confirmed 1Q back half. Alright, that's good. Yeah, I'm not clearing that room unless the game physically makes me.
If the game's going to make me do it by law, I'm going to plead the 8th.
Yeah. I'll plead the 3rd amendment. I just don't want any troops quartered in my house.
Now that's
mainly because I still need to do spring cleaning.
Oh, I do too. So please don't come by. Although I do have cookies.
Wait, you have cookies?
I do have cookies. I actually have a bucket of them.
Ow. You're talking about the metric system. I mean, a bucket of cookies is... I don't know what that converts to in metric units.
That converts to a bucket of cookies, but said with a European accent.
Boy, a bucket of cookies, then.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. We got it. Okay, that's a Patra over there. We're not touching that room. We do not know if Heart Shuffle's on yet, do we?
No, the only floor heart we've seen is in 5. So we have no reason to assume we need to clear the Patra. We do have boss group shuffle, though.
Alright, nice work patiently by MagicFriends waiting that out. It's a 0 HP manhandle, so he could have gone in there and slugged it out, but that creates a risk of you getting inadvertently bopped back-to-back. Gonna wait this Patra out. Is he gonna try and clip through? Yes, he is.
What is it? It's... Okay, that makes going back to 3 hopefully a lot easier. Well,
yeah, now if you get the flute as your first item in 8, are you continuing in 8, or are you sticking your head out and seeing immediately where the flute takes you?
I think you stick around a little bit.
Okay.
Because you still need a Triforce out of here. You have bailed on a couple of dungeons already early. You don't necessarily want to keep bailing, because eventually you're going to run into an issue where you have to clear something.
Like this room of bunnies, for example.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned 14 HP Wizrobes, blue Wizrobes earlier. Oh, Czardia takes a bop from a mummy. We could see 14 HP Pole's voice now that we think about it.
14 HP Pole's voice blocking up which blocks your white sword would be fantastic.
Woo! That is a fun little chain reaction.
Bonus point that the ladder's involved.
I mean, we just did see a Chevy room, so that is entirely possible.
Oh, and there's a chute.
Well, now we know second quest rooms are on.
I mean, there's vertical chutes in first quest.
Are they in 9 that were there?
There's 1 in 9.
Okay, there's 1 in 9.
I distinctly remember it because it's directly on the path to the compass in 9.
Oh, that's right. It's down in that right eye of Gan. Yeah, that's where it is.
Yep. Triple Dongo? What does it mean?
Means we're about to get trolled with bomb traps.
Like that.
Like that, and then like that. Right there.
This game is a jerk sometimes.
Just sometimes? It feels like it's a jerk a lot of the time. Okay, so Czardia is going to get his confirmation that we're a first quest back half right here.
Yep, and that begs the follow-up question, what does sometimes convert to in the metric system?
Say that again?
What does sometimes convert to in the metric system?
Let's see, I gotta dust off my terrible British accent again. Boy, just a little bit then.
There we go.
Oh, we're gonna get letters written on like old scrolls or something.
A bird will fly into your house, break through your window, and deliver you the letter by hand. It will be signed by King Henry VIII somehow.
Yeah, that's never good when you get a letter from Henry VIII. That's no good can come of that.
Why does this letter just say I want to divorce my wife?
But which one?
It just says yes.
Ah, okay.
He anticipated you asking that question.
Now we know it's from Henry VIII.
So this is likely going to be a Triforce pickup and probably a dip from MagicFriends. Maybe going to check this one extra room over here. And Czardia is going to go ahead and use their potion to not die to Patrick.
Yeah, I love... yeah, that makes a ton of sense. If you can clip in hurriedly, get in there. Okay, and be rewarded with your musical instrument.
Da-da-da-dun! Alright, MagicFriends is now going to pick up the Triforce, and 8 will see if they elect to stick around. Czardia is going to go... Oh, they're both going back in.
Okay. I mean, they've only gotten the one stair item. I don't mind this. They've seemed to kind of follow in each other's footsteps so far for the first half hour. Why not both take a peek here and see if you can get your second and maybe third item?
Czardia is a little bit behind on exploration. MagicFriends finds a stair. We haven't seen the transport yet, so this could easily be the transport. It's the ladder!
Oh, well, that is worth doing another dip for. Yeah, and an immediate up A save for MagicFriends.
Right. MagicFriends on 6 rupees, 12 bombs, all the keys, 4 Triforces. Is headed somewhere else.
Now, did MagicFriends see the boomerang on the coast?
I don't recall if they did or not, but based on the fact that they're not immediately routing towards the coast item, I would assume that they did.
Yeah, I would think so as well. Yeah, because if I get the ladder there, I am doing two things. I'm headed towards... Well, I'm blowing the whistle first to see where it goes, and then I'm headed towards the coast.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. We haven't seen the whistle blown yet. Ooh, nice clip at the bottom from Czardia.
Yeah, that's not an easy room to do that in, because the bunnies, they have patterns in rooms like that, but they can also change their mind on a dime. So here's the room for Czardia where he'll get his ladder if he can avoid getting bopped here.
They're fine. That's a ladder. Got that a little bit more quickly than MagicFriends did, so if they can find the Triforce out of here pretty quick, they might have a slightly faster level 8, which will help them get back caught up a little bit. Again, they're not necessarily behind at this moment. I think MagicFriends has a very slight lead just from already having gotten the silvers out of 5, so when the bow shows up, they'll be able to use the arrows immediately. But that lead is so small that it's kind of irrelevant. It will become relevant if Czardia elects to take 9 for silvers before going back to 5, which I don't really expect.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Now, the one thing I did learn this week, actually, about this flag set was I had assumed all the way up until my match Monday that the flag for important items in 9 was turned off. I found out it was not, and I found out because my opponent knew it was 50-50 and dug 9 for the bow, and I assumed the bow could not be a 9, and I dug elsewhere, and I dumb lucked my way into being right. So yeah, the bow can technically be in 9, so that's something for the runners to think about.
Yes, the thing to keep in mind with that, though, there is one caveat, and that is that because starting Triforces are not taken into account, if level 1 or 6's Triforce is blocked by a Goma, that will force it out of 9, even though we already have those Triforces.
Oh, that's interesting, because the game can't assume... that's probably something in the coding, then, that the game can't assume that, oh, you have those Triforces, therefore you don't need this Triforce.
Yeah, the Triforce coding is kind of weird, and I'm more familiar with it now than I have been in a while because it was just brought up in the Discord. The Triforce bases themselves don't actually have levels attached to them. The game says, oh, you came in through this entrance and got a Triforce? Okay, we're going to assign the Triforce to this level then. And it's part of why there's been some discussion about the feasibility of cross-dungeon movement, where say you enter level 3 and then you go into level 2 and get level 2's Triforce coming in from level 3.
Yeah, and is that similar logic for why if you have... There was a similar discussion that was had the other day, I think, about... oh, that's not the Triforce in 4. About the heart container shuffle, that if you had one flag on but another off, it would shuffle the heart containers amongst themselves. Like if heart shuffle was not on, but some other flag was tripped on, it would shuffle the hearts, but it would just shuffle like level 1's heart with level 4's heart, and you wouldn't be able to tell.
So they are two different phenomena.
Yes.
The lack of heart shuffle in that case is just due to the fact that the hearts are considered a separate item pool from the rest of the items. So if the items are not shuffled, but the hearts are, they'll just do that, because the heart pool will shuffle in amongst itself instead of crossing into the item pool. But the lack of Triforces having a dungeon tied to them, from what I understand, there is some work being done on that, potentially, or at least some thought about it. I don't have any official details. I'm going to defer people to the Discord for any even semi-official details on that. But that topic has come up in the past, and that's why cross-dungeon movement currently is not a thing. I don't know how we got on this topic.
I'm not sure either, but MagicFriends is glad we did, because it led him right into that room. He did a very nice swordless clip into the diamond staircase to get his wand out of 4.
That's a good item.
Even though we've seen no indication of boomstick, yeah, that's a very... Well, he's going to take a death in this room, but that's a very handy item to have.
Especially with red bubbles running about.
Yeah, I mean, even if there weren't red bubbles, I mean, it's still a ranged weapon. When you're having to deal with 2Q front half, it's like, yeah, I'll take that. I'm not gonna kick it out of bed.
Now I think we're still not in extra bosses territory, but we do have to be concerned about Goma blocked Triforce in 4.
Because we've seen at least 2. Have we seen more than 2?
So we've seen 2 Gomas, the Aqua Menace. I believe there was a 3rd Goma. And if I'm correct that there was a 3rd Goma, that would probably put us in extra bosses territory. I wasn't paying attention to how many bosses there were in 8, but it didn't look like there were extra bosses there. Same with 5. 7, we haven't seen enough of to really make a determination. And we have not found 2 or 1 yet.
So I'm hearing definitely extra bosses.
It's still up in the air for me, because there's also the question of, do the triple Dodongo rooms count as boss rooms? Because if they do, that... Oh, hold on. Okay, Gleeok. We've had 2 Gleeoks, 2 Gomas, and a Aqua Menace. Just 5 bosses. And Vanilla 4 has... Let's see, it has the Aqua Menace, 2 Dig Doggers. Level 1 West Death Mountain. There's 1 boss. I think we have extra bosses. If my mathing is correct, I think we have extra bosses. Not 100% sure of that yet, but I'm more convinced now that we have extra bosses than not. I apologize, folks, that I don't have that math offhand ready to go.
No, it's fine. This is part of the challenge of Random Percent is, okay, that Dig Dogger blocked nothing, is try to diagnose stuff on the fly with limited information. And, you know, a lot of times, like with Heart Shuffle, for example, we have to kind of say, well, it's probably off, but, you know, we say that until we see an item on the floor that's not supposed to be on the floor. So it can be really tough to say sometimes.
Yeah. This level 1 will be the true telltale, because it's got 2 bosses normally, so if it has more than 2 bosses, that will confirm extra bosses. Assuming we don't have the 1 random quirk in the randomizer logic that I think allows for an extra boss to sometimes be put in the dungeon, but if we get 4... I want to see 4 bosses in level 1. There.
Okay. That is certainly within the realm of possibility.
That will make my math a whole lot less of a headache. Then we just get more Gomas, Gorias. Oh, and they're BB. And this is a drop room in 1. Okay, far, no extra bosses. MagicFriends back into 5. This is going to be a transport if it's a stair at all. Right, Goria, HP.
Yeah, that was certainly handy getting the 2. Yeah, I'm doing exactly what Czardia is. I'm bombing there because there are no push-through walls in 1.
Okay, there's 2 bosses. MagicFriends is going to go dig 5 for the Triforce now. Might pick up that heart north of this stair. That's a map. Czardia's going to skip it.
Thought about it for a second, but decided to pass.
Let's see if this wall to the north opens. If this wall to the north opens, then we're good. If not, we do have to take the transport to get to the rest of 1. There is 1 horizontal wall that will not open. Red candle. That's going to be the end of Czardia's need to dig level 1, assuming no Heart Shuffle, which we honestly don't have enough information about right now.
Yeah, now when you're running this, do you assume that Heart Shuffle is off until something tells you it's on, or do you just kind of wait and see?
I think I assume it's off, but I'm willing to dig small dungeons like 1, 2, and 3 to get more verification of that. And obviously if the game throws a floor item at me, then I go for it, but... level 2 up in West Death Mountain. But yeah, I think I would have probably gone ahead and dug 1 looking for a heart just to see. And Magical Sword in this seed could be incredibly helpful.
Very true. Even though you have, if you're MagicFriends, even though you have Wand, I mean, yeah, quadruple offense, yeah, I'll happily take it in a ±4 seed.
Okay, here we go. Early stair in level 2. This does not have the rule of 5, where the early stair is always a transport.
Okay, that is a hard rule. Good. Okay, I just thought it was just like 90% of the time that the first stair in 5 is always the transport.
It's technically not a hard rule in 5. It just happens so often that it's basically you can treat it as if it's a hard rule. We might see MagicFriends go to 3 here.
You know, they're in the area and they have upgraded offense. They've got the any key. Okay, it would be a quick check. I mean, if the bow's in here, I mean, it's go mode, which is awesome.
Yeah. Other items that MagicFriends would want to see. Red Ring wouldn't be bad. White Sword would be acceptable. Yeah, that's about it. Now, I do think if I'm MagicFriends, regardless of what's in here, I will probably check for the heart unless it's bait blocked. And you can see already. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's just there's 7 rooms left, and one of them's a bait block. So, I mean, yeah, it's an incredibly easy check to knock out.
Oh, but the bow is in 2!
Well. Now there's an advantage on Czardia's side.
And that's incredibly good for Czardia, because that's going to send them back to 5, which probably will get them their silvers.
Yeah, if I'm Czardia, I now have the ability to get completely done with both 4 and 5. So even if Czardia has to go buy wood arrows first, I mean, yeah, that big roadblock that they were possibly going to stumble on, yeah, that's probably out of the way now.
And reasonably unlikely to be bait blocked out of the item in 3. It is a raft. Now that could be required to find level 6. But that's not going to be required for seed knowledge, because Czardia has knowledge of all the dungeons that they need to complete the seed. In fact, all Czardia needs to do is get this Triforce out of 2, and they can just leave Death Mountain, probably go immediately to 5, get their silvers, and they're go mode. So
yeah, that early dig at Death Mountain is paying big dividends for Czardia. Now, MagicFriends is making their way there, so they'll get there, but that advantage that MagicFriends had early from digging the silvers out of 5 and digging the Triforce out of 3, that's not so much an advantage anymore.
Yeah, now it's Czardia that's in the driver's seat. And here's the other interesting piece of this. Here's the other interesting piece of this too. Both of them still have to dig 7. Neither of them have any reason to do anything other than, in Czardia's case, go to 5, get the item, because... Well, I guess that's the other question, though. If you're Czardia, do you just assume silver's in 9 and skip the item in 5?
Oh, this is where math can be your enemy, because it can force you to dig places that you otherwise, it can force you to skip digs you might otherwise take.
But on the other hand, the opportunity cost of being wrong on 9, especially a 1Q9, is so much higher than being wrong on a... Oh, that's a glitch pattern. It's so much higher than being wrong on a TQ5. I feel like you have to make the TQ5 play.
Yeah, I certainly would. I do not enjoy, just casually, I do not enjoy having to go into 9 digging for items. I'm the type of player who checks stairs anyway. But even still, knowing I have to do that too, it's just one more headache to worry about when you have enough problems in 9.
Plus, you go into 9, you're looking for stairs. You find Ganon and Zelda quickly, and you're very upset that you don't have that done. But hold on, MagicFriends is now up in Death Mountain. MagicFriends saying, "Hold on just a second with you and your talk of who's in the lead."
Yeah, okay, burn that key, Czardia. Yeah, no, MagicFriends should be able to make relatively quick work of this level 1. The bow, the wand is certainly going to help with combat, but I mean this one didn't really have a whole lot of major hurdles to do with.
And MagicFriends will be in go mode once they get the bow out of 2, so...
Yeah, this is very much anybody's race at this point. The big variables at this point are how bad is 7 and how bad is 9.
And does Czardia go back to 5?
Yeah.
Okay, compass pick up for Czardia.
Yeah, and if you're
Okay.
MagicFriends, you know, we were talking about Heart Shuffle earlier. I think if you're MagicFriends, you don't care if Heart Shuffle's on at this point.
No, you're just gonna dig one. You're probably gonna get the one item and dip. Even if you dig the heart out of here, it doesn't take that much time because one's so small. But as soon as you see the bow and two, you don't care about the hearts anymore. The only thing you might care about is a red ring, but you're just gonna hope you get that on the way. Triforce out of 2 for Czar. Again, right now holding on to the thinnest of leads. But Czar is not going to go Recorder off to wherever. They're going to keep exploring up here. It'll be interesting to see what they're going after. Unless there's a level that they have not seen yet.
I feel like both the runners have seen every. I mean, you were right that no one's seen 6 yet, but like you said, you don't need 6 at this point, unless Czardia thinks that maybe Silvers might be hiding in 6.
But then you could also just play the Recorder and, you know, try to Recorder your way there.
Yeah, I mean, I would have done that like 30 seconds after I got the Recorder, but that's just because I've seen too many I've seen too many seats and I've played too many seats in this flag set where. You know, that Recorder saves you a ton of time. As MagicFriends is going to take the stair in level 1 and see where that takes him.
Now, Czardia could be looking for... Let's see. Czardia is going to go ahead and pull the Recorder out. Czardia might have been looking for something like a potion shop, actually, to refill out a potion real quick.
Oh, that would make some sense. Okay, so this takes us to...
Unbeaten.
New Unbeatens.
I think Czardia is making a note of that. I'm going to go ahead and go into 4 here. Now, Czardia also doesn't have arrows, so Czardia may have been looking for an arrow shop to get some arrows real quick before going into this 4.
That is true. That is very true. They have the money now to do that. I don't think they had the money to do that before.
Correct. They had bought the bomb upgrade and found the arrow shop immediately after.
That's right, that's right. Now, this is first quest money, but still, we've only found 2 of the 3 large secrets.
Right. MagicFriends is going to get the health refill out of level 1.
Yeah, at this point, I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind that. Get your health refill. You have other checks to do on Death Mountain. You might find a level. Now, oh, they're going back in. Okay.
They haven't seen the red candle yet, I guess. Oh no, we can get up here on Czardia's side. This was ladder block. The Triforce could very well just be up here.
Yeah, there's this one room here we haven't seen yet. Oh, they're not going to check it, though. Okay.
Yeah, Czardia's not going to go north there just yet. Probably wants to try to go to the right here, or south here first. He was able to get in, but this is just that Gliok room that they saw earlier. This is the bomb upgrade, so they won't be able to go north from this room. There's still a decent amount of 4 left that we're not guaranteed bow block from the Triforce in here.
Yeah, so we know where our necessary items are. Yeah, we know that's a push wall to the right. We know where our necessary items are to kill Ganon, but our runners are both chasing down one half of their respective one half of the puzzle. And Czardia's got the room here trying to get... Oh, no! Got bodied by the blue landmos.
Gonna have to make your way back there. Yeah, that's right now the biggest question is, does Czardia elect to go back to 5 before going to 9? The mathematics...
or going to 7, for that matter. I mean, if you find the silvers in 5, you're Triforcing out in 7. If the Triforce is early in 7, and MagicFriends can make up a ton of time there by just... if they get the... they're going to find 2 right here. They get the bow out of 2, just jetting 7.
Yeah. And also consider that you don't have the recorder to come back later. Because the recorder won't be back there.
Yeah.
That's why the opportunity cost of 5 right now, to me, is what's going to drive Czardia into 5, even though the mathematics says it's only a 25% chance.
Oh, another death in that room, yeah. looking for a potion might have been a really good idea. Oh, MagicFriends got bodied out of that diamond stair.
But they're gonna get right back in and get their transport. The worst part for Czardia is that could very, as far as Czardia is concerned, that room has the silvers in it. Because they don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it might as well be to them at that point. MagicFriends has found the one patrite that locks in that smaller pattern, so that's good news. They'll be able to get through this room here in 2.
Czardia is going to try a different path.
Yeah, if you can get into that room, I mean, coming in from the top's is okay, but yeah, if you can come in from the bottom, you definitely don't want to come in from the left.
Yeah, there's a reason we say left Nola is the worst.
Yeah, that's because it is. And we know that red hasn't bombed down. Oh, good. Hey, Patra, I haven't seen you in a while.
Patra. We come in here, see if we leave. Really good pattern for Czardia. Misses the clip. Oh, they have to do this clip buffer list. They get it, though!
Very nicely done. Well played and patient. The reward's not what they're looking for. Not the... Okay, are we going to burn? No, we're not. Okay, I thought we were going to burn the wand for a second. We still might.
Honestly, though, when you don't have a sword, the wand is a very nice item to see because it lets you continue to combat.
Absolutely. Oh, I love getting the wand, even in seeds where we don't have 2Q enemies. Nice strategy here, hiding behind this block, because the Landmos will go after Link and or anti-Link. So, yeah, if you're hiding behind that block, it's hard for them to get past.
And again, like you said, it's not quite what Czar probably wanted, but they're not going to say no to it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Is anti-Link like the anti-Pope?
I think it's more... well, technically, the Pope lived in Italy, and the anti-Pope lived in either France or Germany, so maybe, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
On the other side of Europe.
I'm willing to go with that.
Although, there was a couple of German anti-popes, there was a French anti-pope. I don't think England ever put up their own anti-pope.
No, probably not. I mean, it's either like that or it's like Flash and Reverse Flash. I can't decide which.
It's Paradox Flash, who instead of going back in time to save his mother, goes back in time to get sweet deals on pizza.
Ooh, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I'm now imagining an anti-pope dressed in like Pope gear, but like reverse colors.
Oh, I was just imagining the lead singer from Ghost.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works too.
I'm not quite sure what MagicFriends is taking for, because they've seen the heart, they've seen the item, and they know where the Triforce is. They have full bombs, they have the any key.
Yeah, that's a good point. Unless they've forgotten that they've seen the floor heart and they're concerned heart shuffle's on. But even then, yeah, I mean. Oh wait, do they have the bow? Have they gotten the bow yet?
No, they haven't. Oh, that's important. That's important.
Might be required. Maybe. Still got to confirm that.
Maybe. You can just stab Ganon with the silver arrow, right?
Just throw them at him like a dart. We were talking about England before. I mean, yeah, they like darts.
Silver darts. Okay, I'm now thinking about what you could do with that in D&D. Deals 1d3 of damage, except against werewolves, it deals 1d6.
When you kill Ganon by throwing the silver arrows, you have to yell 180, just like in darts.
And Czardia finds the Triforce is in a room I don't think they've been in yet.
That's that one room that we thought Czardia was going to go. It was in that moat room with the traps, the double moat room, where we thought they were going to go up, and they passed. So, well, they're going to have to go there now.
Czardia might be thinking it's stairlocked.
Oh, it might be that it's a magical stair to get to that room. That's possible.
Or is keeping Heart Shuffle in mind. We continue from here. We'll see if they just go for the Triforce and leave.
I don't remember what room the bow was in, do you?
I don't either. It was somewhere in that right portion, but outside of that, I don't remember. Okay, yeah, Czardia did not ever try to get into this room. Not coming from that direction, gonna have to come in from the bottom. Unless it's the trolliest magic staircase that ever magicked.
That would be super trolly, wouldn't it? I mean, yeah, I think it's one you have to either bomb or walk through in.
That was the item room. Yeah, I'm a little surprised Czardia is not going back to try that, unless they're convinced it's a magic stair.
This could be, and we've seen this a lot in this tournament and others, this could just be a mismarked tracker where you marked that wall as you tried to bomb and walk through and it didn't go.
Oh no, hold on. They have an alternate path to get back here. Maybe I just misread... Oh, yeah, okay. Never mind.
There we go. Okay, here.
We can likely go north in this room. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we kind of have to now.
It's possible for it to be a stupid magic stair, but not likely. Hey, look, there's our one-way door.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there's one of those in 4, and it's really annoying. And yeah, okay, it can't hurt us anymore.
As MagicFriends is now in the room with the bow. We can tell this is the room because there was a key next to that single block, and normally this room never has a drop unless remove most open stairs is on. Okay, Czardia's going to 7.
Okay, I mean, if you have to choose between 7 and 9 to find the silvers, yeah, I mean, I don't hate that. And you have to do this anyway. You know, maybe you're hoping that, oh, you know, I go to 7, maybe I get lucky and the silvers are there, and then if they're not, then I have a choice to make.
The best bet for Czardia right now is that the item in 7 is on the way to the Triforce, because if it's not, they may dig this dungeon quite a bit.
Yeah, and it's huge. 1Q7 is not as annoying as 2Q7, but it is bigger, and it can be very time consuming.
It is 33 rooms.
33 rooms of bleh. Now this is a potential push block room.
If this is the item, this is very good news for Czardia. It doesn't matter what the item is, because it's going to give them the options of 5 or 9. And again, even though the math says 9, the opportunity cost screams 5.
Yeah, I'm with you. And 5 is right by start. I mean, there's really no excuse to do it other than just math.
Yep. We all know how much math can betray you. MagicFriends back in level 4. And look at that! The item is on the way in 7. That's good news for Czardia.
That's going to be a potentially massive time save, especially if they encounter the Triforce here in the next couple 3 rooms. There's our floor heart for MagicFriends in 4. I'm willing to assume that heart shuffles off at this point.
And this is interesting. MagicFriends may actually spend a little bit of extra time here in 4 because they're going to check the Goma rooms.
Which so far have had nothing other than a slightly helpful heart.
But it is still an interesting facet that MagicFriends will spend a little bit of extra time just on that, because the compass was like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's right, it was. It was a pain to get to.
And there's the Triforce in 7 for Czar. That is exactly the 7 that they needed to have.
Yep, and now the decision gets made. This is also good news for MagicFriends in that it's a Jet 9, or it's a Jet 7. Unless you take a really weird path around where the Triforce is.
I believe this is going to be Czardia getting a potion refill, because I want to say there was a potion shop, like, right here.
Yep, you are correct, and they're going to get the Coke variety.
Alright. Now, I don't quite remember where 9 was. But if they go to 9 here, that becomes a very interesting play, and one that I'm not sure I can agree with. Unless, again, 9 is just literally around the corner.
I think it may have been in the... Yeah, it's 2 screens down from here. It's the potion shop. It's the vanilla potion shop by 1Q2. It's right on this screen right here.
Okay, so now if you're on Team Czardia, you need both items in 9 to be very quick.
Yeah, because this is 1Q9. There are, there are 2 stairs that have items, but there are 12 stairs that have transport, so you might be looking a while.
And that's the thing with this level is, it is Korea, so it's not the worst enemy set in the world. But you definitely want both items to be very quick in this level if you're on Team Czardia. If you're on Team MagicFriends, you want both items to be in the middle of nowhere.
Definitely. So here's a question then. Say you find a first item quick in 9 and it's a heart container. Do you consider bailing at that point, or are you kind of sunk cost at that point and you're like, I'm sticking around for both?
That depends on if I have Ganon and Zelda found.
Okay.
I'm definitely not leaving 9 before I find Ganon and Zelda.
Right, because you're already here. There's the compass for MagicFriends in 4. That'll help them out some.
However, if I find Ganon and Zelda in one item, I'm probably dipping. Unless I only have a couple of rooms left to check. Stair 1. Now, granted, if MagicFriends takes a wrong turn in 7, that could take them a large chunk of time to get back to that Triforce room. So this is not a guaranteed Jet 7 for MagicFriends just yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly linear the first 2 to 3 rooms you go in from the tip of the nose, but it's still, you know, that the wide part of the face there, there's a map for Czardia and a Triforce for MagicFriends, but it's you still can go the wrong direction fairly easily from that point if you prioritize doubling back and getting to the eastern part of the map.
And remember that Czardia will still have exploration advantage in 9, will still have a knowledge of the stairs, may even find and if Zelda's magic stair blocked, that could swing things more towards Czardia. Just by sheer virtue of Czardia will be more likely to check a stair.
Definitely. We have not seen Ganon or Zelda's room yet, have we?
Correct.
Okay. So it is quite possible that they will be in their own rooms, and if so, that limits the possibilities for the doors in which Zelda could be hiding behind.
Second transport. MagicFriends goes to the wrong door. High HP gels. I think that's the first we've seen of those.
I don't recall seeing a ton of Zols, for that matter. Yep, MagicFriends is headed into 7.
Alright, there's the useless bait block. MagicFriends is going to get through this ladder room. Again, I expect MagicFriends will jet 7, but it's not a guarantee, necessarily.
Certainly in their best interest to, and if they do, they'll have everything they need to tackle 9 in one go. This is the item room for MagicFriends.
I think you check this.
Yeah.
Like, even if you know your go mode, you still check it because it could be a transport state that you need to get to the Triforce. It could be an item, and there are some good items left still.
And we know it's a very good item on Czardia's side. So, yep, he's going to check this, see what it gets him.
That being for MagicFriends, another potential stair for Czardia. Again, if you're on Team Czardia, you definitely want both items quick. Stair 3.
See, if I'm Czardia, I'm taking some of the... I know they're trying to get map coverage, but I'm taking some of those transport stairs if for no other reason than I want to rule out rooms I have to clear that might be push blocks that hold items. I'm probably in the minority on that, though.
Remember that part where I said MagicFriends might not jet 7?
Yeah, I do remember that. Uh-oh. Where are we headed?
You don't want this bottom wall to bomb. If you're on Team MagicFriends. Okay, that doesn't bomb. Good. Also, good bomb usage there from Zar. Let's see, does that open? Yes, it does. Oh, dear. Okay, now if you're on Team MagicFriends, you want a compass to show up quickly, because MagicFriends has taken the left turn at Albuquerque.
Well, and that's not a compass.
This definitely does make the races much more exciting, though, as this is going to give Czardia some buffer to work with digging this 9 out.
Where was the Triforce? Was it basically like second level from the top?
Directly south of where the red ring was.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Might not get back there right away unless you can bomb to the right here.
Well, gonna bomb north.
Okay.
Again, if you're MagicFriends, you want to see a compass. If you're on Team MagicFriends, you want him to see a compass. If you're on Team Czardia, you want MagicFriends to explore all 33 rooms. But this is definitely giving Czardia a large window of opportunity to work with, and Czardia is going to take it as much as they can.
Yeah, Czardia's gotten a good amount of map coverage in 9 relatively quickly, which is good news. Okay, MagicFriends can't bomb down that way. Maybe this is a scenario where you have to take the transport stair and that diamond stair that MagicFriends saw a minute ago to get to the bottom half of the level. If that's the case, that is really good news for MagicFriends.
Unless, you know, they take the stair.
Well, yeah, but then we have a whole other set of problems.
And, yeah, Czardia's coverage of 9 is very good right now. Okay, they're going to try to bomb north in this room. Oh, there is a door. Oh, wait, no, they're going to try to bomb to the right here. Czardia is looking for silver arrows in 9. MagicFriends is looking for the Triforce in 7. Because MagicFriends did not go into the room that has it. Although, based on how thoroughly he's doing this upper section, he won't necessarily be too long without it.
Yeah, if he can bomb to the left here, and he can, that's going to help route him in the right direction.
This is the room. So a little bit longer of a 7 for Czardia has given... Or a little bit longer of 7 for Czardia. A little bit longer of 7 for MagicFriends has given Czardia some additional exploration in this level 9. This could be Zelda's room right here, actually.
We've seen basically the right 2/3 of this dungeon so far, so that's entirely possible. Now, nope,
not.
Okay. Have we heard the roar yet? I don't think we have.
No. So they're both on the left side, presumably with both items. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. MagicFriends is going to go into 9. MagicFriends already has the silver arrows.
So in one sense, Czardia has a bit of a buffer in that they've seen basically 60% of this level, and MagicFriends is just entering. But we know Czardia is going to have to dip out at some point.
Right. Which MagicFriends will not have to unless something happens, like they run out of bombs, they run out of potions. If they need to leave 9 for a reason external to 9 itself, that could help Czardia out. It won't be keys, because they already have all the keys. We have a Ganon Roar. And right now, MagicFriends is in the lead, but the lead is not large enough that Czardia can't make that gap up.
Oh, absolutely. This is still anybody's race.
And I believe Ganon has to be to the left because... Well, no, hold on. Yeah, Ganon has to be the left of that room now. The big thing Czardia has going for the big thing that Czardia has going for them right now is they have seen so much of this 9 that they pretty much know where Ganon and Zelda are going to be. They just have to dip. They just have to find both items, dip, go to 5, get the silvers, come back before MagicFriends is able to put the puzzle pieces together.
Okay, here's a stair we haven't seen. I mean, this has to be an item at some point, doesn't it? It is. It's a heart.
And to answer the question of how deep into 5 the silvers are, it's like 3 or 4 rooms. It's very quick once you get in there. You just have to walk there and back to 9 because you can't recorder.
Yeah, recorder is to new unbeaten, so... And we have not found the power bracelet, which would be the only other way to really traverse the overworld without hoofing it.
Well, we know where the power bracelet is. It's right next to 5.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's not really a viable option. 3's item we have seen, it's the raft. MagicFriends picked that up. Six's item we have not seen, but it's probably going to be the White Sword.
Yeah, White Sword or book at this point. We're assuming that Heart Shuffle is off. We've seen no indication that it's on.
And even if it is off, it's irrelevant at this point.
Yep.
MagicFriends is making their way over towards the section of the level where Ganon is. So Czardia's window is closing incredibly quickly. Actually, Czardia might go to 3 before going to 5, because Czardia hasn't seen the item out of 3 yet.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. Oh, that would be awful. And it would make sense, too, because it's fewer rooms to check. Well,
5 is closer.
5 is closer, and 5 doesn't have a meat block.
And remember that they have to hoof it wherever they go, so 5 might be the first play regardless.
Yeah, that's true. Either way, it's not great.
It's a seed. Zara's still in 9 because they've only seen one item in 9. They haven't seen both yet, and they don't know that silvers are not here. They also have not found the location of Zelda, which would be another reason to leave 9, is if you have both Ganon and Zelda.
There's our roar on Czardia's side. So Ganon is right below this?
Yes. That door is probably Zelda.
It's gotta be at this point, doesn't it?
There's one other place she can be, and that's kind of down in the corner below this room that Czardia is about to go into.
Yeah, well, that is definitely her, because he cleared that room and that shutter didn't open. So, he's got the location of Zelda, and he can bomb down here and get into Ganon's room.
So, hopefully this is the other item, so that they can just leave. Let's see. It is not.
Yeah, if they can't bomb, they're going to have to go into Ganon's room and hope they can bomb down, or else start taking magic stairs, and that's just more of a time sink.
Honestly, I'd be half tempted to leave 9 at this point, even though I only have a couple of rooms left. But MagicFriends is in the Ganon fight. With silvers in hand.
Yep, and Czardia's up. Ganon's not 0 HP, and Czardia's going to have to up an egg because they can't bomb out of that room. We got a stun lock here? Not quite.
And they are going to commit to 9. Which, unfortunately, is going to be it's going to be the curtain call at this point. It would take nothing short of a miracle for Czardia to come back, given that Zelda's right here. Now, MagicFriends might spend a little bit of time taking that far north portion, but I just don't think it's going to be enough.
Yep, and there's the stun lock. Very nicely done, and that's going to take down Ganon. We have Bacon.
Now to look for Zelda.
Yep, and that's the first check I'm making if I'm MagicFriends, the room right above, because Ganon was in Ganon's room.
Czardia is going to push this block, take this stair now. It's going to lead them back towards the center of 9. And I believe MagicFriends is running without music.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, if MagicFriends goes to the left here, yeah, they can go up. They're about to find the princess.
Yep. Door will open. Everyone, please get your GGs in the chat for MagicFriends finishing with an official time of 1:17:16.
That was a tight race pretty much from start to finish, but MagicFriends closed things out well. That dig of the silvers out of 5 seems to have been the difference.
Yeah, I would have to concur.
Czardia played really, really well, but that's just what Rando can do to you sometimes. You can say you'll come back to a dungeon that's right by start, and then you end up getting waylaid, running other fetch quests, and next thing you know, that one place you didn't check is the one that has the key to unlock everything.
And again, going to 9 in and of itself is not a bad play because
Yeah.
the math says it's most likely going to have the silvers. You don't have a quick way to get around the overworld, and it's right next to level 7.
Absolutely. And we are joined in the booth by our winner of Game 2 and winner of this Best of 3 series, MagicFriends. GG's, MagicFriends.
Thank you.
I don't know how much that you heard, but the key difference was you both went into 5 early. Zardia pulled the Triforce out, but not the silvers. You pulled the silvers out, but not the Triforce. And Zardia is now in 9 looking for silvers.
That makes sense. Yeah, he chose ±4 on the enemy HP, and I'm like, part of my head was like, as soon as I get blocked in a dungeon, I'm getting out of here. So like, I'm sure he probably dug a little bit harder and stayed on the bottom side, and I was just like, okay, you're gonna give me a transport and a Gibdo room because I can clear a Gibdo rune on 3 hearts. I don't want to fight the rest of this crap. I'm out of here.
Yeah, so the ±4 HP pick, did that end up being a factor for you at all in kind of the way, other than kind of that initial routing decision you referenced? Did you view that as a hindrance, or just kind of as a, oh well, we're gonna see where this takes us?
I mean, it definitely changes your strategy because you're thinking about, like, the first race. I think Czardia picked it because the first race we had 0 HP enemies, so I was able to like really blitz a lot of things. And his mindset is, it's going to slow me down, and that's true. Like, it slows every runner down when you have to stab things 7 times to kill them. But I think it just changes your mindset so that, you know, when you're at 0 HP enemies, you want to finish a dungeon. You don't want to go back to it. When you're in this, I'm like you could run into 12 bomb whiz robes and be like, no, we're not doing this. So I'm much more likely to bail on a dungeon until I have better combat. Like, really, for me, I felt like the wand is where I started to finally get going in the seed.
Yeah, that wand in 4 that you got that a little bit earlier, as I recall, than MagicFriends did. Do you think that helped kind of jet you along there in the second half of things?
I think it just gave me the mindset that, like, now I can start tackling, like, the enemy sets that are a lot heavier, like those Gurias. Like, you get a room of 8 Gurias, and they're taking... I mean, the first time I saw a blue Guria was, like, I stabbed it 7 times or something silly, and I'm like, okay. You get the wand, and you're like, alright, now I can stay away from them, I can grid them out, I can stay on the opposite side and shoot them, I can stop shooting when the boomerangs are coming. Like, it just makes things a lot easier when you know things have to take a lot of damage, but you don't have to be in their face to do it.
That makes sense, yeah. And on Zardia's side, he's seen probably 80+% of 9. He's seen the first item, first stair item, which was a heart container. The other item is either White Sword Book or it's Double Heart 9. We haven't seen it yet. He's still looking for it at this point.
Double Heart 9 would also mean that Heart Shuffle is on, which would send Zardia on a massive goose chase, because then all of a sudden you're thinking, oh crap, now I gotta go look for all these hearts.
Ooh, yeah, that's not pleasant.
So he's definitely seen Ganon at this point.
Yes.
And he's gone through Ganon's room, or did he just hear Ganon?
He tried to bomb south, or they tried to bomb south out of Ganon's room.
Yeah, at this point, I think Zardia's avoided taking transport stairs in 9 at this point, and I think now he's kind of resigning himself to the fact that you may have to in order to get to these last 4 or 5 rooms down in the southwest. So, MagicFriends, you ended up winning race number 1, so you didn't have to pick your own loser's remorse flags. But have you given any thought to, if you find yourself in the next round in that situation, how you might think about that? I'm not asking you to reveal what you'll do, but, you know, I think people are thinking about... there's a bunch of different ways you can think about remorse flags. I'm just kind of curious how you're approaching it.
Yeah, like I was saying before, I think there's kind of two ways to go about it. You either do something that makes the seed harder for your opponent, or you do something that makes the seed easier for you. And I'm more likely to make something easier for me. So it will probably be something like... I tend to open a lot of doors, so I would probably do something like just start with the candle. Because I get robbed a lot, and sometimes, like, even in this seed, I felt like it took me a while just to start exploring the overworld, because I didn't find a take any, even though I knew there were candles in it. And so then I was like, and I couldn't figure out what was the bomb dropping. Like, isn't there a thing where there has to be a bomb dropper on the overworld?
Yes.
What was it for this seed?
I don't think the groups were shuffled.
Like, I started and killed, like, 9 blue things on the overworld, and none of them dropped anything, and the red, the red Octoroks also dropped, like, I don't even remember them dropping a heart or a single rupee. I was like, did these shuffle? I actually thought to myself, did these shuffle into the X group?
So that's just a facet of Zelda 1 being a jerk and saying, no, you just don't get any drops.
Oh.
But no, I'm pretty sure the groups did not shuffle.
Yeah, I'm sure it was just being a jerk, but, like, I think either the first 12 or the first 16 bombs I had were... No, the first 12 bombs I had were bought, and then I found the next big secret and bought my bomb upgrade before, like, I'm like, I think I've seen 1 bomb drop since then.
Yeah, and that ended up being a useful purchase for you as you went through the second half of the seed. Oh,
Yeah.
On Czardia's side, he's out of bombs, so he's gonna up a save and then go buy some bombs.
Yeah, it's really hard to see where you would go to get into that bottom corner. I think the way on my map to get in there was, I think you can go south from the room to the... I think you can go down from the room that's left of Ganon, but then that means, like, he just can't access that bottom left corner unless there's a transport that I didn't take.
Yeah, we haven't seen any indication other than a potential magic stair that you can get down to those last 5 rooms in the bottom. It looks like Czardia is going... Okay, there's some bomb droppers over here, but is he maybe going to 3 instead of 5?
Yeah, 3 didn't have a meat block either. I did buy the meat, but then I went in and somehow he decided to be the last spot. And I was like, well, I didn't want to have to go back out again, so...
So, the choice to go dig 3 does make sense, just from the sheer standpoint of, well, I mean, it is very small.
Yeah, absolutely. Of the things that are left to dig for a non-floor heart, yeah, I mean, it's the smallest number of rooms, certainly.
And the other thing is it's linear, so you don't have to, like... You know what path you're going to take. You're always going to take that path, and it's either the next room or it's not.
Yeah, and I think you both were in here originally before you had the NE, so this is a double dip for both of you in there. Both of you went in there before you had a key to open that key door after the transport, so now that he has the NE key, you don't have to worry about that, obviously.
Yeah. I think the one thing I could have done in this seed to go faster was maybe blow the recorder before 7 was the last dungeon I had.
Yeah, was that a situation where you just kind of forgot that you had the recorder? Because I've done that a bunch of times. Or was it one where you're just like, I kind of know where most things are and I kind of don't need to do it?
100% I forgot, because I got the recorder and I had seen a bunch of that 8, and I knew there was ways for me to get around, so I was like, you know what, I gotta go back in and get the second item. I know that it's in one of these 3 or 4 rooms, and then I found the ladder, and when I found the ladder, I was like, oh, right. Oh, okay, I've got ladder, like, let's go. And I didn't remember I had the recorder till, like, I saw a dig dog or somewhere random, and I was like, oh yeah, I can kill this guy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought when you... Cause the minute you got the ladder, you were out the door. And that actually does make a lot of sense. You're like, ooh, ladder, now I can do things. Yeah,
I've definitely been guilty of that myself. So it didn't really cost you any time, as it turned out. Your routing on the overworld was pretty darn good.
Plus, you both did the same thing and waited until after 2 to check the recorder. Czardia did get the bow first, so there was that. And so we thought, okay, well, Czardia's gonna get the bow, and you could argue playing the Gamble-Matic 9000 that...
Yeah, and Czardia forgot that it's unbeaten new, so that flute's gonna be useless.
So that means that Czardia probably had the red camo pretty early too, because then if he had the bow first, that means he wanted the Death Mountain first.
Yes, he had it earlier, but you two weren't really that far apart in getting it.
Yeah, right about the time he had finished up 1 and 2, you had just discovered... Which one did you discover first, MagicFriends, 1 or 2?
I think I discovered 1, because if I had discovered 2 and found the bow, I wouldn't have done 1.
Yeah,
but I done 1.
Okay, so Czardia's back in 5. By process of elimination, he has to know now this is where his silvers are, so he'll be hopefully in and out of here in fairly short.
Yeah, as long as he... I think it's just a walkthrough here, in this room.
Czardia's gonna take the stair first, but yes, it is a walkthrough in that room.
Yeah, well, it can't be this way. Your silver's, well... Oh, wait, he hasn't bought arrows yet, has he?
Nope.
Well, that's good. That'll push him back in a different direction, at least.
You would think, although... Okay, good. He's not... I was worried he was going to bail out of 5 real quick and go buy arrows.
Yeah, it probably means he digs these bottom 6. Because normally, like, this dungeon is sectioned off into, like, 3 groups of 6. So, yeah, here we go. And thank goodness that Gels and Zols didn't roll up, because the thing I hate the most about +4 isn't that, like, there can be stupid power, like, dark nuts and stuff. It's Keese and Gels just not dying when you hit them.
Yeah, I ran a practice seed this afternoon. Okay, for people who care, after work, I did not run it during work hours. But I had one where they rolled, both Zols and Gels rolled up to where, 4 HP Gels are just annoying as all get out.
Yeah, especially because when you hit them, they don't move, and then they, just go in a random direction.
Yeah, it's like they forget how to gel, almost. They either don't knock back at all, which, at least with rolled up Keese, you can kind of expect, okay, there's no knockback or anything. But yeah, sometimes they just are stunned for a second, and sometimes they just decide to spaz out. And either way, it's annoying.
And it also doesn't help that their hitboxes decide to extend, like, halfway outside of their body, so...
Yeah, that's annoying, too. It really is.
Czardia's headed back to get a potion before going back to 9, but they will be done in the next couple of minutes here, or not. They're saying I'm just going to 9.
Yeah, at this point, I kind of don't blame him. Just go for it. Oh, unless there's a potion shop right here. Nope, that's the arrow shop.
Yeah, the practice seed I was doing earlier I didn't know we were going to be +4, -4, because there was a little confusion on when you're supposed to announce your remorse flags, and both of us were at work as well, so it was just hard to answer. But I did a practice flag before this, and like 10 minutes in, I'm like, I need to go buy a Blu-ray, because this is evil.
Yeah, we were actually wondering, because I think you had enough money for a blue ring at one point. We were wondering whether that was something you were going to consider at some point.
I had in the back of my head that I wanted a blue ring if it was... when it was convenient. So,
okay.
Like, really about how I felt about my combat. So, like, by the time I had to spend money on meat, I had to spend money on a ton of bombs and the candle, because I bought a candle. And then by the time I got to 255 or whatever it is, I really was like, do I need this? I have 10 hearts. I'm kind of like chaining this together where I have, like, I get a Triforce, I go through some of those hearts, but I find another Triforce, and I didn't feel the need to go get it. Plus, the only shop I have marked is... Yeah, I don't remember which shop is the blue... Oh, it's the one right near 9, right? Yeah. The one next to 9 was the only shop I had marked, and I just never really went back over to that side of the map.
Okay. How detailed are you in your tracking in terms of things? I'm thinking of things in terms of like marking which shop is which.
I usually mark, so I use Z Helper, and I usually mark down the most important item in a shop. It doesn't give you the option to mark multiple items in a shop, so I'm usually marking like the most important item I feel for that time. So like, I'll always make sure I mark the first arrow shop I find, the first candle shop I find, and then after that, it's most of the time like bombs, and if I have a blue ring shop marked, I don't mark another one. Just for speed's sake, and because a lot of times like they overlap.
Okay, that makes. I've used both. There are certainly benefits to both. I mean, at some point, it just comes down to personal preference, which one you prefer, which one you're more comfortable using, because that also makes a difference. As Czardia is able to uses both potions, but is able to get down Ganon with the wood sword, and if he goes to the left, he'll be quickly rewarded with a Zelda find.
Well, they've already seen where Zelda is because they found that when they were.
Oh, that's
when they
right.
were initial dig.
That's
so they know
right.
the exact path they gotta take.
Okay, well, this is the room, the penultimate room, so everybody get your, assuming there's no death here. No, there's not. Get your GGs in chat for our second place finisher tonight, Czardia.
Official time will be 1:34:53.
Still a very good time for on Czardia's behalf, particularly given how much a 9 he ended up having to dig. It's a really, really good time. Speaking of, we're joined now in the booth by our second place finisher this night on this match, Czardia. GG, Czardia.
GG, thank you.
So yeah, that dig in 9 was free and painless, wasn't it?
That's been the story of my tournament. If there was an item that could be skipped, I skipped it.
Well, that 1Q9 is particularly annoying if you go in knowing you have to dig something out, because there's just so many stairs, and it's just if you don't find something early, you can just feel like you just feel like you're in the spin cycle after a while. But this race was neck and neck most of the way. You found the bow a significant amount of time before.
I thought I played pretty well up until that point.
Yeah, no, you played very, very well. Yeah, the difference was finding the silvers. Really, that's kind of what it was.
I skipped out of 5, and I was trying to save time. And by the time I was ready to go into 9, I was close to level 9. I said, okay, we're going to commit to 9, and backfired.
Well, and we talked about this in the booth, that mathematically that's the right call, right? Yeah. I mean, you had seen what else was left, 3 and 5. It made all the sense in the world, but yeah, it's just one of those situations where just an unlucky bounce, basically.
That was the story of my tournament. I went 2 and 6, I believe now.
Yeah, but to be fair, this field. I mean, this is my first tournament, and my God, the depth of this field is. Everyone is really, really good, and yeah, especially with this random percent flags that can throw so many curveballs at you. It just can create some really wild results. Wanted to ask you about your choice of remorse flags. You picked ±4 as your enemy HP. I'm curious as to everyone's kind of thought process going into picking a remorse flag, because for me personally, it's the first time I've had to do it, and it seems like there can be a lot of different ways you can think about it. So I'm just kind of curious how you landed on that.
Well, I figured I had to play to my strengths, and luck is not one of them, as we observed. Combat, however, is, and that was my reasoning in going with those flags.
Okay, so you were playing for something that you thought helped you.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that seems to be there's kind of two schools of thoughts. We were talking about this a little bit before you got here. That you can pick a flag that either you think helps you, or a flag that you think will hinder your opponent more than it will hinder you. And so, yeah, no, that's an interesting way to think about it. So, yeah. But yeah, no, this race was very, very tight for most of the time. We said on several occasions at various points in the race that this is literally anybody's race. It could come down to one wrong turn in 7. It could come down to one wrong turn in 9. It was that close.
Yeah, the +4 -4 really slowed me down and made me be a lot more careful. And from what I heard in the booth, like I was behind you getting to 1 and 2, and only got back ahead because I already knew where the silvers were. So GG.
GG, well played. I wish you the best of luck advancing on in the tournament.
Yeah, does anybody know who is the other part of our bracket? Because I haven't looked.
Yeah, so as reward for winning this first round matchup, MagicFriends, you'll face the winner of Adirondack Rick, the overall number 9 seed, and Nintendo File Dave. So I believe Rick's won the first leg of that best of 3 match. So yeah, so that's your chunk of the bracket.
Well, hopefully he gets a nice little snowstorm right as we're playing.
Yeah, well, given what part of the country he's in and what time of year it is, that is entirely possible.
I'm only like an hour and a half away from him. I also live in upstate New York, so...
Oh, well, I hope your power lines are buried.
No, it will just be a very specific, very thin snowstorm.
Oh, it's one of those, like, kind of sort of lake effect snows where it only if you're like in certain zip codes you're fine, and other zip codes you get like a foot of snow.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot up here where like people near the lake will be like, yeah, I got 3 feet, and then on the other side of like the thruway, which is only like 20 minutes south of the lake, people are like, I got 2 inches.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in chat we have people wondering what snow is, so there's that side of the world too.
And it was about 80 degrees here today, so...
Yeah, I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. So, congrats on the snow, though. That sounds great. I remember what snow was like.
I try to forget. I slip a lot, and it's not worth it.
Yeah, no. Mrs. BBQ is from Wisconsin, and she very much enjoys the cold weather and the snow. And meanwhile, I'm happy to look at it, but I also like heat. And anyway, both of you guys played really, really well. Thank you very much for putting on a really great match and series. Any final thoughts from you both as we kind of wrap things up on a very, very jam-packed schedule here tonight?
No, other than good games to Czardia and really well run.
DGD as well. Thank you for the crew to coming out. Thank you, chat, for rooting us on. It was a pleasure to be in the tournament once again this year. I'm looking forward to next year. And I will bow out gracefully from here. Thank you all so much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you both. And thank you to all the folks behind the scenes, including our tracker, SaberUX. Another great job with tracking tonight. And my broadcast partner, Alsoa. Alsoa, this was a ton of fun.
Absolutely. And thank you, BBQ Daka, for taking the time out of your night also to yammer over a bunch of Zelda.
And
do
bad British accents. That was also fun.
We need more of that. We need more accents.
Okay, well, I got to think about that a little bit because there's a fine line to walk there, but we'll workshop this. We'll workshop it.
We'll find a way to make it work.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, on behalf of everybody here in the Z1R community, thanks to you in chat for hanging out with us and keeping us company on this race. If you are thirsty for more Z1R random percent action, don't worry. There's a ton of it. Basically, just point in the direction of any SpeedGaming channel or the Z1 Randomizer channel on Twitch, and you're likely to find a Z1R tournament race tonight. I believe there was a total of 12 last night. There's a total of 10 today. So you've got a wealth of choices to choose from. All really good matches. So please enjoy, and we'll see you on later in the tournament.
Have a wonderful night, everybody.